Welcome to Turnbuckle Talk. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to be making predictions about WrestleMania and reviews. I'm Willie. I'm here with my cousin James. He waved. Anyways, WrestleMania 34 is this Sunday. It's going to be 4 hours. The show itself is going to be 4 hours.
5. Undertaker gets an
yeah.
hour for his entrance.
Yes. We'll get into the Undertaker more later. But we're going to start off with the pre-show and the three matches that are going to be on there. The first one is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Who do you have winning that match?
See, it's hard because we don't know who's in the match. So I kind of just went off who they have in the match. So with the people listed, there's like a bunch of jabrones like Dolph Ziggler and Fandango, and people have no chance of winning.
Right.
So I went with Matt Hardy out of the people listed.
Okay, that's a solid choice. I think there's going to be at least one major return in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, whether that's Big Cass, Big Show, or Samoa Joe or something. And I think if it's one of them returning in that match, they are going to be the one to win it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, I don't think Matt Hardy's going to win. I'm just going based off who they have listed because we don't know who they could put like The Rock in this.
Right.
They won't, but I'm just saying, like, we don't know.
Exactly. I mean, you got to look at, who currently has the most momentum or who currently has the potential to be, lifted up.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
So then we got
the Women's Battle Royal.
Yes.
Who do you have winning that?
Sasha Banks or Bayley?
Sasha or Bayley? I could see either one of them winning, and I'd be okay with it. I've got Becky Lynch in it, and like you were saying earlier about the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. What's to say everyone they have listed so far is going to be everyone that's in it?
Exactly. Yeah.
They might borrow from NXT. They might do what they did for the Women's Royal Rumble, call in a few
for the win.
call in a few legends. You never know. But I've got Becky Lynch to win it, and that's not due to the fact that I just absolutely love Becky, but
no, it makes sense. I mean, yeah. And it's like you were saying off camera, like the Sasha and Bayley thing, they could just eliminate each other.
Exactly.
I mean, we won't know, because I just think based off their storyline that one of them's going to win, and I do think that if they have a feud, they're going to turn Bayley heel and not Sasha,
right?
Because everyone's expecting Sasha to turn heel.
Exactly.
I mean,
yeah. And then on the pre-show, the third and final match on there is the Cruiserweight Championship, which is Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali.
I call him Mufasa, but works.
Oh, yeah.
So who do you have winning that?
I have Cedric Alexander winning that due to the fact that he was named the number one contender before Enzo was fired. And, he's been waiting and punching at the bit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, all right. Now
I just thought of something though. Speaking of the battle of the cruiserweights, there's any chance like they bring Neville back for the battle royal? I've heard maybe some rumors they might bring Neville back, or they've been talking to him, or
I've heard some of those rumors too. But the rumors I've heard haven't been for the battle royal. The rumors I've heard have been possibly making him Braun's tag team partner.
Oh, yeah, they could do that too.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of options. So then on the main show, the match I have starting the show is the Fatal 4-Way match for the United States Championship. So it'd be Randy Orton's the champion, Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal, and Rusev. So who do you think wins that?
Happy Rusev Day!
Yeah, see, you could make a reasoning for all these guys to win. Like Jinder Mahal, I mean, they made him WWE champion, which I'm not going to get into that.
Right.
So he could win. Bobby Roode, doesn't need it. Randy Orton's above the U.S. title.
Yeah.
And I agree. I think Rusev should win this match.
Oh, yeah. Well, and the thing about Rusev, too, is he's organically over.
Which is bad. Never do that.
Right. I mean, Daniel Bryan is really the only exception to that, being the one who's organically over and actually being pushed.
That was due to his fan base. But...
Right. That was due to his fan base, which we won't get into that, but yeah. All right. What?
So next, I have the Raw Women's Championship match: Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax, and I have Nia winning. But I do think because they haven't specifically came out and said if Carmella has to use the Money in the Bank for only the women or for the SmackDown Women's title. So I have her cashing in on Nia Jax and actually winning.
Okay. Okay. Do you have her cashing in on Nia Jax because you think she has more of a chance of winning against Nia Jax than she would, say, Asuka or Charlotte?
Yeah, she's not beating Asuka.
Ain't nobody ready for Asuka.
No, not even like Brock Lesnar.
Right.
So who do you have winning that?
I have Nia Jax winning it. Although on my prediction sheet, I didn't put Carmella cashing in on there. I put Carmella cashing in on the other women's title match.
See, that could happen. That could happen too.
Yeah, yeah, and I haven't specified whether it be successfully or unsuccessfully because I think if Asuka wins that match, they're not gonna have Asuka's streak ended that way. But then again, it is the WWE, so you never know.
Yes, but do you think they could do some kind of weird, like no contest with Asuka and Charlotte? Like, well, I mean, I guess we'll get into that. But,
yeah.
So next I have SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos, the New Day, and the Bludgeon Brothers. Who do you think wins that?
I would like to see the New Day win it, but I think it's truly going to be the Bludgeon Brothers. To the best of my knowledge, I don't recall Harper and Rowan ever holding tag team titles.
I think they might. I know Luke Harper did when Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton won the tag. They did like the Freebird rules.
Right.
But I don't know if Eric Rowan has.
Huh.
I know that Luke Harper did win because I
Yeah.
think they let them
Yeah,
do the same thing with the New Day because Orton and Bray were the
Yeah,
champions.
and I know Harper's been an Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
So I the Bludgeon Brothers should win that one solely due to the fact that it's about time that Rowan gets some sort of strap.
See, and now it's cool because it's like this is something that was brought to my attention. The Usos have been on the main roster for 10 years.
Yeah.
And they've never been on the main WrestleMania show.
Wow.
Yeah. That is interesting.
Yeah, that is very interesting.
And they're probably, I mean, the New Day I think is the best. Actually, the Usos they're both good, but that's weird to me. It's like they've been on the main roster since like 2008.
Yeah.
And they have never been on the main WrestleMania show.
Yeah. But you're not saying the Usos are better than the New Day, right?
I mean, I like both teams. I mean,
don't be booty. Don't be booty.
I think the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah, I think so too. There's also been talk on the dirt sheets from both Wade Keller and Dave Meltzer that they'll either announce it during the pre-show or the morning before the pre-show that they might turn that particular tag team match into a TLC match. That's another thing I noticed about this card too is there's no match like that. I mean, unless you count the triple threat or fatal four-way ones where, by default, those have no disqualifications, no countouts, anything like that.
Now, see, do you think there's a chance maybe they add more teams to this?
Maybe, but I don't know which teams.
Breezango for the win. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. A TLC match, it's like, unless you put the Hardys in there, but they're on Raw.
Right, exactly. So, or I mean, unless the Dudleys come back for a one-off, but why would you want the Dudleys to come back for a one-off?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, if they did, they'd have to win. It's like the Hardys last year.
Yeah, exactly.
So next, I actually flipped this because I realized I had like 3 tag team matches in a row.
Oh wow.
So did the triple threat for the WWE Intercontinental title, The Miz, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor. Now, I do think this match, potentially, besides AJ and Nakamura, could be the best match on the show.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I was telling you before we started recording, I think that there's 3 matches that are going to tear down the house, and that's Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles, the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship, and Charlotte versus Asuka.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
But so who do you have winning this one?
Well, I have the Miz losing. This one was hard for me to choose
Me too.
because of the rumor that Seth Rollins might be going to SmackDown.
See, I've heard that too.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like also I forgot to mention the U.S. title. There's a rumor of Orton going to Raw.
Right, and if they retain the titles and went to the
Yeah, so
flip
like
the
so
respective
Orton
shows.
could keep it and yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but so I mean, I have Rollins winning it, and the reason I have Rollins winning it is because Finn Balor technically still has a rematch for the Universal title.
We're not supposed to know that though.
Right, right.
But yeah, he
Yeah.
does. You're right.
Yeah, he still technically has a rematch for the Universal title. So even if he was to lose this match, he could always go after that. Even though I think if Roman wins it, he's going to be holding it for a while because, unlike what he said, Brock Lesnar isn't Vince's boy. Roman is Vince's boy.
We'll get into that. I could
Yeah.
talk on that for an hour. But I have Finn Balor winning,
Okay.
and I do think the Miz and Seth Rollins are both going to go to SmackDown.
Okay.
The Miz just seems like he fits better on SmackDown because Raw's got too many like main event guys,
Right,
and
right.
he gets like lost in the shuffle.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he fits, and Rollins on SmackDown would really help that show out.
Right, right. Do you think he would become the face of SmackDown?
Well, it depends what they do with AJ.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
And so,
Although I think a match between him and AJ would tear down the house
that'd
too.
be great. Yeah, they could do that for like a SummerSlam or something.
Yeah.
So the next is the Raw Tag Team Championships: Cesaro and Sheamus versus Braun Strowman. I used to say Strowman. But
Yeah. And a mystery partner.
yes. And so first, let's just think. Who do you think will be his mystery partner?
Well, since they haven't officially specified anything yet for Elias, they don't have him on the list to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial
There is
Battle
a
Royal.
rumor he might do something with The Rock.
Right, right. But there's also a rumor that they might just scrap that too.
Well, yeah, because I've heard The Rock might not be able to even make WrestleMania.
Right, right. So if that doesn't happen, I think if Elias doesn't enter the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, he's gonna be Braun Strowman's mystery partner. Possibly Big Show, possibly a returning Big Cass, possibly a returning Samoa Joe. I mean, there's
a lot of people.
Yeah, there's many options out there. There's even rumor that Dean Ambrose might return early and become
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, or Rey Mysterio even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you have them, Braun and his partner, winning?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I have actually Sheamus and Cesaro winning because I think Braun's partner will eat the pin. Because I think there's going to be a lot of title changes on this show.
Well,
and I just don't think they're going to change.
If it turns out that it's Rey Mysterio, it might just be a one-off, and yes, they will lose with Mysterio
getting pinned.
Because
if they pin Braun,
yeah.
But and I just think Braun's above the tag. Like he doesn't need those. He's already a main eventer. He's already over. He doesn't need. I mean, frankly, he should be in the Universal title match.
But did Triple H and Austin need the tag titles when they won them?
They were also the world champion and the Intercontinental champion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that's. I mean, Austin pretty much Hunter buried the roster there. Because I mean, and I don't even want to get into that because that involves Stone Cold turning heel, which was awful.
Yeah.
So the next, I actually have the tag team match for SmackDown: Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus returning Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. Stipulation: if Owens and Zayn win, they'll be rehired to SmackDown. If they lose, they stay fired. So, what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are that Owens and Zayn are gonna win due to one of the other two turning on each other. Mm-hmm. Knowing WWE, it'll probably be Shane turning on Bryan.
Yeah, which I mean, storyline wise, that makes absolutely no sense.
Right.
But on the same token, turning Daniel Bryan heel is stupid.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
it's kind of one of those.
Yeah.
But see, you don't think there's a chance maybe Owens and Zayn lose? They just go to Raw.
That's a possibility too.
Because I also don't see them having Daniel Bryan lose his return match.
Right.
His first match in 3 years.
Right.
He hasn't wrestled a match since pretty much WrestleMania 31. I think he wrestled like 1 or 2 matches after that, but
yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're right. I do think one of them's turning. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I do have Zayn and Owens winning because of that.
Yeah.
But it's hard because I don't see them having Daniel Bryan lose his return.
Right. And like I said, there's also the possibility that Zayn and Owens do lose and end up on Raw.
Now, do you think I don't think this will happen. Do you think there's any chance like maybe Owens or Zayn turns on each other?
There's also that possibility too. I mean, it's not as much of a possibility as them losing and ending up on Raw.
But it's like I could see Shane turning, but then it doesn't make sense. It's like Owens beat up his dad. And Shane's been trying to screw him. But they've done stuff like that before, so it won't surprise me.
Right.
It's like I said off camera. Triple H ran down Austin with a car, and then a few months later they're tag team partners.
Right.
They could do it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And I do think turning Daniel Bryan heel is terrible.
Right. It is, and his fans would lose their shit.
Well, I mean, they're still gonna cheer him.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
And it's like,
but then again, whenever Orton's heel, people still cheer him. So.
And Orton hates being a babyface.
Yeah.
So, but Daniel Bryan, but also Randy Orton's also got the coolest finishing move in the company.
Can we go back to the Andre Battle Royal real quick?
Yeah, we can.
Do you think there's a possibility at all of, say, Jericho returning to be a part of it?
See, I can't see Jericho being on the pre-show.
Right.
Because, and Jericho, he's always he trolls like, oh, I'm not gonna show up. I remember a few years ago, like, oh, I'm not gonna be in the Royal Rumble, and he was there.
Yeah.
But if anything, I think he would be Braun Strowman's partner.
Okay.
But there's also rumors that Shane's got is sick.
Yeah.
Has diverticulitis, which I think Brock Lesnar had that. I mean, you don't think you'd be able to wrestle.
Right.
So there could also be a chance that we get Daniel Bryan with a different partner.
That's true.
So also to that, it could be Chris Jericho. He has history with Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
It could also be Kane for Team Hell No.
Oh, that would be awesome.
It would be great.
I love Team Hell No.
Me too. And also that would also be a good way to send off Mayor Kane. So.
Right.
Well,
he's not the mayor yet, but
he will be. He's got another month.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, Jericho could, but from what I don't know for sure, but I think he has a concert on the day of WrestleMania. I'm not for sure, but I think I remember seeing that.
Yeah, I know that he said recently, I think it was like a month or so ago, that he has a concert the same day. Now it's during the day. He has a concert the same day in the same town as an upcoming WWE pay-per-view.
Is it after WrestleMania or before?
He didn't specify.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's Chris Jericho.
Yeah. But
Jericho.
He has said that, he is open to, making a short return, like he has in the past few years, just for a few months and stuff.
See, I could see it. I just don't see Jericho lowering himself to be in the pre-show.
Right.
Not that Jericho is an ego guy. It's Chris Jericho.
I mean, he holds the single greatest accomplishment in wrestling history.
He did beat Austin and The Rock, which is something that happened 18 years ago, and he still talks about.
Right.
Which, I mean, more power to him.
Yeah. I mean, it is, in my mind, probably the single greatest accomplishment.
Probably top 3 wrestlers of all time in one night.
Oh, yeah.
If I was him, I'd have walked backstage, gave Vince the belt, and retired. Here you go, I'm done.
Yeah.
Because that single-handedly makes him a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah. Well, not to mention 9 intercontinental title reigns on top of that.
So, do you have anything else you want to add to Shane or Bryan and Owens and Zayn?
Does this mean that, Daniel Bryan's done being the GM?
See,
he's going to be an active wrestler?
See, they haven't specified that. They've just cleared him to return. So are they only going to use him, for the main pay-per-views.
Right.
I don't see him, even if he does come back, I don't see him being full-time.
Right.
Maybe he does like just the TVs.
Yeah, like they call that the Shawn Michaels schedule.
Yeah, which is kind of like what Randy Orton does now.
Right.
He doesn't do a lot of the. Well, actually, he actually said he does because Cena leaves.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of has to. But so I was hearing Edge and Christian's podcast. He was talking about that.
Yeah.
How like he has to do the big show, the live show, the house shows because Cena's always gone.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. I mean, they haven't specified. They've just cleared him to return.
I know.
And there's also there could be. What if they just cleared him to get him to re-sign?
Right.
Like there's also that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also I mean, if Shane and Brian, if one of them turns, I think that's going to lead. Maybe they have like a match at like a SummerSlam or down the road. I think it's going to lead to a match if one of them turns.
Well, what's the next pay-per-view? I mean,
Payback, but I don't. I mean, would they have Shane wrestle on like a? I mean, I guess he wrestled at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, yeah, and they did announce here a couple months ago or something that after WrestleMania the pay-per-views were going to start being dual show pay-per-views again.
That is true. Actually, we could talk about that. What's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that are back back when they had them a few years ago before they did the brand split again. I felt that you know, a lot of the people that weren't it won't give certain wrestlers enough time.
Well, and it also like it hurts the mid card.
Yeah,
because when you have dual branded shows, you have to load up your shows.
Yeah.
With your stars, so you'll get like AJ and
yeah,
Reigns and all the like Orton, Rollins, all those guys on Braun, all those guys on one show.
Yeah.
And then the mid card guys don't really like with the dual branded pay per views. At least you get like some of the matches aren't like always something you want to see, but at least it gives everyone a chance to do something.
Right.
But I mean, it's a double edged sword. It's a good idea because from what I understand, is the SmackDown pay per views weren't really selling.
Right.
That's partially, I don't know if it's true. I heard that's why they added Cena to Fastlane.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't selling.
Yeah.
And so they threw Cena on, which I mean, also he's a free agent, which is code for our ratings suck. We need John Cena on both shows.
But does that also mean that they'll go back to one pay-per-view a month, or
that's from what I understand, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll just be they'll have their May pay-per-view, June.
Yeah.
Now another thing that makes we're getting a little off topic, but Money in the Bank, does that mean that they just do like a dual branded Money in the Bank? Or are they going to do a Raw men's or Raw women's? That'd be 4 Money in the Bank matches.
Right.
If they did one for each, like a women's Raw, women's SmackDown, Raw, men, SmackDown. Yeah. So, I mean, what do you think? Do you think they'll just do they'll put like a few from Raw and SmackDown, just mix it up?
They might. They might go back to the original format of Money in the Bank.
They used to just have the men's and they do a Raw one and a SmackDown one, but now that they're doing women's, that'd be 4 Money in the Bank matches.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's overkill.
Well, yeah, but when they first started Money in the Bank, they did do dual brands.
Well, yeah, because it was a WrestleMania match, which they need to bring that back.
Yeah, yeah.
Not that they should honestly just put Money in the Bank back to WrestleMania and bring back King of the Ring.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've been saying that for years. Then the winner, King of the Ring, gets a championship match.
Exactly.
Easy way to solve that.
Yeah. Either gets a championship match or gets number 30 at
the Royal Rumble.
The Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so next, so SmackDown Women's Championship, Charlotte, the champion, versus Asuka.
Ain't nobody ready for Asuka.
Yeah, I think it's unanimous. Asuka wins. Now, do you think there's a chance of a cash? Because I was saying earlier, I thought Nia or Carmella might cash in on the Raw Women's match.
Yeah. I mean, there is a chance because once again, it is WWE. I mean, personally, I would hate to see Asuka's streak end that way.
Mm-hmm. See, I have an idea how they could do it, but I'll get into that later.
Okay. But would I like to see a cash in? Yes, I always like to see a cash in, regardless of if I think it's going to be successful or
Yeah.
unsuccessful. I think cash ins are great. It's giving opportunity to someone who otherwise may or may not have said opportunity.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I mean, Carmella realistically doesn't have that much time left with that briefcase, so
No, I think June.
yeah, so she has to cash it in.
I think she's she's had the briefcase out of anyone that's ever, like, men or women. She's had it the longest. 'Cause I
Right.
think before that it was like Edge.
Yeah.
So
Also, Edge, also the first man to win it twice.
well, he technically didn't win it twice. He won it from someone.
Right. Yeah.
But well, CM Punk won twice. I think he was
Well,
the first one to win twice.
Was he the first to win twice? Or?
He won back-to-back WrestleManias.
That's right.
Edge
Yeah.
had the briefcase twice. He just
No.
won the match once.
Speaking of CM Punk, I'll get into that after we do our review here. Something he posted about on Twitter.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
we can get into that. So you have Asuka winning?
Yeah, I have Asuka winning,
Okay.
with the possibility of a cash in
Mm-hmm.
if Carmella doesn't cash in on the Raw Women's.
Now we have to
title
bring
match.
this up. Do you think WWE is stupid enough to have Charlotte beat Asuka?
I don't know if it would be stupid enough. Because don't get me wrong, I like Charlotte. I think she's got great talent.
Oh yeah.
You know, even though all I see her as is Ric Flair with tits.
She has Ric. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
Ric Flair with boobies.
Yeah. I think Charlotte's a great talent. I think, she's got great ring presence, ring psychology. She's learned from arguably one of the best in the business, her dad, Ric Flair.
The Nature Boy.
Yeah, So, do I think WWE would allow that to happen? Yes. Once again, because it's WWE,
See, and the issue with that, instantly turned Charlotte heel.
Right.
Beating
Yeah, it would instantly turn Charlotte heel. WWE has a couple sayings that they use on a frequent basis. Expect the unexpected, and never say never.
Yeah. Now, it's like the point I was gonna make earlier. Like, I already have an idea what I would do with Asuka.
Okay.
I would have her win, obviously.
Yeah.
And then you have her carry the belt into the next WrestleMania, and you build up Ronda Rousey, keep her undefeated. Ronda Rousey wins the Women's Royal Rumble. There you go. They're both undefeated. And if I would honestly be fine with Ronda Rousey beating Asuka because it's Ronda Rousey.
Right.
And I know a lot of people are crap on Ronda Rousey, and we'll get to her in a minute. But
give her a chance.
Exactly.
Give her a chance,
All right. So anything else to add about that?
Nothing I can think of. I mean, also I think Asuka's gonna win because, so soon in her main roster run, why would they end the streak?
They also had Charlotte on a pay-per-view streak, and they ended it at like Fastlane.
Right.
So
yeah,
at least if they were gonna end it, it would be at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But I think Asuka.
And Asuka, for a while everyone thought she was going to be the one challenging Alexa Bliss. Even Alexa Bliss thought that.
Yep.
Until Fastlane happened. And Asuka even said, Charlotte, I chose you because I want a challenge.
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying, she doesn't think Alexa would be a challenge.
She'd win in 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be worse than the Nia Jax.
Yeah, and, like I said earlier about the 3 matches I think are going to totally tear down the house.
If they give this some time, this needs at least 15, 20 minutes.
Right.
At least.
Right. At least, yeah. I mean, this match is going to be one of them that just tears down the house.
I mean, you got a 5-hour show, so you got to kill some time.
Right.
And I agree. I think it's going to be really good. It could, honestly, I think AJ and Nakamura will be the best on the show.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, I actually have that next because I think they'll break up the big matches. They don't want them all in a row.
Mm-hmm.
They could do it, but I have the WWE title match, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Who do you think wins that?
I would like Nakamura to win it. I think he will win it eventually, if not here.
Yeah.
I watched a couple of their matches when they were both in New Japan, mainly Wrestle Kingdom.
I've seen that match.
Mainly
really
Wrestle Kingdom 10.
Awesome.
Oh, that my friend that I talked to on Facebook earlier, he described it as godly. You know, he said that if you
Mm.
could put matches themselves on a Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling
Yeah,
instead of just like superstars on a
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling, but if you could put matches themselves on a Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling, he would put that match on the
Yeah, that
Mount
was one.
Rushmore of
And
pro.
I've tried to watch some New Japan. Like I watched the Jericho Kenny Omega match.
Oh, that match was great too.
And I've watched a few, but it's like that match was really good.
Hmm.
Now I'll say this: I'll probably get crap for this. The Okada and Kenny Omega match is overrated.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Dave Meltzer gave that like 6 stars.
Yeah. Did you watch Will Ospreay and Ricochet?
No.
Oh,
Isn't Ricochet in NXT now?
I
I think he's debuting at the NXT paper.
maybe, yeah. But oh yeah, no, yeah, you get a chance though. Check out Will Ospreay versus Ricochet. That's probably one of the best matches that New Japan ever had.
So you think do you think AJ retains or do you think Shinsuke wins?
I would like to see Shinsuke win, but I have a feeling that AJ is gonna retain. If AJ doesn't retain, um, it's gonna be because he's either going to Raw or
Which will be death for him.
right, or he's gonna take some time off maybe.
Yeah, he's 40 years old. You know,
Yeah.
he's still at the top of his game, but it's
he does what Jericho and Goldust do and does DDP yoga. You know.
Yeah, they need to get Undertaker on that. We'll get to him later, but
Yeah.
yeah, and it's not a knock on Nakamura because, like I said, I've seen some of his New Japan stuff. I watched some of his NXT stuff.
Yeah.
But I just haven't been his main roster run. I haven't been impressed with.
And I think that's mostly the booking.
Well, I mean, partially, and also they gave away like Shinsuke Nakamura versus John Cena and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Randy Orton on SmackDown.
I know.
Like if they would have had those on pay per views and given, I mean, obviously Cena and Orton versus Nakamura, like
oh yeah,
that would be awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think the Cena Nakamura match was like less than 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, and like obviously he had nothing. He's working with Jinder Mahal. No one's having. I mean, AJ got a good match. I mean, that's AJ could wrestle my television. It'd be good.
Oh yeah.
So
well, John, I've heard. I don't remember if it was John Cena or Triple H, but I heard someone recently in an interview saying that on the current roster, AJ Styles is the best in-ring performer.
Oh, he is by far.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a little behind him's like Seth Rollins.
Yeah. Oh, I think that would be a great match.
Or him and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Nakamura, Daniel. Like, there's some stuff they could do if Nakamura wins the belt.
Oh yeah.
But I do think AJ retains only because, like I said, I think there's going to be a lot of title changes on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally don't think they're going to change both world titles.
Right.
They could, but I don't see it.
Yeah.
But I do want to say they need to give this match like 30, 35 minutes.
Oh yeah.
At the like it needs to be long.
Yeah.
If they give this some time, and honestly, like my dad, it's weird that he brought this up, but because he doesn't really.
Yeah.
He actually said something logical.
Oh wow. Really?
He said that this match should open WrestleMania. Because, and then they give them like 40 minutes and they just get it out of the way. I mean, I don't think they should do that.
Right.
But if they open with that, because I mean, last year the best match on the show was the opening match.
Oh yeah.
AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the best part of the show was the Hardys' return.
Yeah.
And honestly, my second favorite match on last year's show was Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. That was actually awesome.
Oh yeah, it was.
It was an awesome spectacle for like 4 minutes.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah. And it was reminiscent of childhood too.
And now
that's one thing about last year's WrestleMania was
the Hardys returned.
Yeah. It was reminiscent of
Undertaker,
our childhood.
Undertaker about maybe start crying.
Oh, I stopped watching after that last spear.
But now a lot of people are speculating. Do you think this match should main event because of Nakamura? You know, they always say in the Royal Rumble winner should main event, or the WWE title is the most important title. It needs to go on last. Like, do you think it should main event?
Yes.
You do.
Solely due to the fact that Roman Reigns isn't over.
Well, he's not, but that's Vince doesn't care.
I know.
And we'll get to that. But.
Yeah. I mean, if it was me personally, if I had any say in how the show was booked, I would make either that or maybe even Cena versus Undertaker.
Also,
main
they
event.
could main event that mixed tag with Rousey, Angle, and Hunter and Steph.
Oh, well, yeah.
And then you got Hunter's ego,
Steph's ego,
Kurt Angle's return to WrestleMania, Ronda Rousey's debut. But yeah, I mean, AJ Nakamura it'd be a good way to close the show.
Right.
It'd be a happy ending no matter what.
Right.
Fans are going to be happy no matter who wins.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
it's not. I don't think it's going to be. Do I think it should? No.
Yeah. No.
Well, because I would main event Cena versus Undertaker. But
right.
If that, we don't know. We'll get to that, but we don't know for sure if that's even going to happen. So, maybe if that doesn't happen, then yes.
Yeah.
But yes, I think AJ should retain the title.
Okay.
But there's also talk of him going to Raw.
Going to Raw, or possibly taking some time off.
Yes.
Too, you know, yeah.
If he just took time off, or goes to Raw, he's going to have to lose.
Well, yeah, and you know, like you said just a little bit ago, you know, the fans would be happy either way.
Oh, they're not going to boo the finish. I mean,
match.
Orton or not Orton, but AJ or yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to see it. I think AJ just deserves to win, and it's also.
I think if anything, that match is going to be most reminiscent to the Steamboat Savage match at WrestleMania 3 in terms of how many near falls and false finishes,
or
that there's going to be.
Yeah, I haven't watched that match in a long time.
Yeah.
That was like the first great WrestleMania match of all time.
Oh yeah.
That's probably a top. If we did like a list, probably top 10, top 5.
Oh, don't even get me started on the top 10. That was on USA Network last night.
Oh, I just mean like, was it? So I didn't watch that. Was that just matches or
it was top
like moments?
Well, no, it was moments, but most of them were matches. The only non-match moment that was on there was Undertaker's streak.
Like ending?
No, like the streak itself. The streak itself.
Because I remember you told me like Bret Hart versus Steve Austin wasn't even on there.
No, it wasn't. They didn't even show highlights.
That, in my opinion, like if I was ranking matches, that's probably the second greatest WrestleMania match of all
time. That is a great WrestleMania.
Besides Undertaker and Shawn from 25.
That was just number one. That was number one.
Okay, that was
number one. Number 2 was Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30.
Okay, I can deal with that.
Number 3 was the Triple Threat Women's match at WrestleMania 32.
I don't even remember that. Wasn't it like Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Sasha?
Yeah.
The match Sasha should have won.
Yeah, but Ric Flair was
penis power won.
Yeah, penis power.
So anything else to add about AJ and Shinsuke before we move on?
No.
Okay, so next I have. Like I said, I don't know. Obviously, this is just all speculation. I'm just breaking up the monotony. I don't think they're going to do all the title matches in a row.
Right.
So I'm trying to just break it up.
Right.
So I did the mixed tag, Angle and Kurt Angle, Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie. I think Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey win this.
So do I.
There's a few reasons. Number one, Kurt Angle's return to WrestleMania.
Yes.
Ronda Rousey's first match back.
Oh yeah.
The finish needs to be Ronda breaks Stephanie's arm.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But there's also part of me, Triple H's big ego, Stephanie's big ego. They could win.
Right. I mean, especially if Triple H has a shovel or a sledgehammer, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, more. Yeah.
The shovel being a joke about
look
a burial.
He put himself over at Survivor Series.
Right.
And they want to get into that, but and a lot of people have been. We'll get your thoughts on this, but a lot of people have been hard on Ronda Rousey. Like her promos and her smile. Like, I'm not okay with the smiling. Honestly, like, the first few weeks I was fine with it because she was probably nervous and getting acclimated and all. I understand. But it's like Ronda Rousey's not someone that should be smiling. She needs to go out there. She's a freaking bad bitch. She needs to go out there and look like she's going to kill people. But I'm honestly not going to. If this match isn't good, I'm not going to crap on Ronda Rousey.
Right.
I'm really not. Because
no,
it's her first match.
And I won't either. And frankly, I honestly, truly have only one problem with Ronda Rousey. And it's because you know how much I love Piper.
Yes.
Yeah. To me, there's always only ever going to be one hot rod.
Well, yeah.
And that's Rowdy Piper.
But she also is a fan.
Oh,
She
yeah,
knows
yeah.
his family. And
Yeah,
they
you know,
gave her permission to use his likeness.
and I totally get that and everything. But and that's like my only qualm with her.
Mm-hmm.
That's honestly my only qualm with her. Because I mean, you know how much I love Piper.
Yeah.
Piper's my second favorite wrestler of all time.
I mean, he's not up there. He's probably in my top 10.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, obviously, yeah, I know how you are with him. So.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so like I said, I'm not gonna if this match isn't good, which honestly it might not be good. You got a
Right.
broken down, hardly able to walk Kurt Angle.
Right.
Triple H is damn near 50.
Yeah.
They're both damn near 50 years old. I think Kurt's like 49, Hunter's like 47, 48. Steph hasn't wrestled in God knows how long, and this is Rousey's. This could be a train wreck.
Oh, yeah.
It really could be.
Yeah.
But it could also, and I also do think Hunter and Angle are going to work most of this match.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you might get Rousey in there because, I mean, what could she really do with Stephanie?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I do think the finish does have to be Rousey breaks. Well, not, she's not going to break it, but, break her arm, in quotes.
Right, right.
And then we don't have to see Stephanie on television for, like, a year.
All right.
So, any more thoughts on that?
No.
Okay,
No.
so then we get to the
The main event.
The WWE Universal Championship match. Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman, the champion, not Paul Heyman, the champion, versus Roman Reigns. So before we say anything, I wrote winner, Roman Reigns, Barth. I'll give you more thoughts in a second. But
on my notes I wrote winner Roman Reigns with the crying emoji and the poop emoji.
I think we can all agree on that. Now,
yeah.
Do you think there's any chance that Paul Heyman turns on Brock Lesnar? And they actually, I don't think they got the balls to do this,
right.
But they actually do a Roman Reigns heel turn with Paul Heyman.
I think the possibility is there.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it's that much of a possibility.
I don't.
I mean,
the
possibility is always there because
yes.
Once again, it's WWE. Never say never.
Yes.
No,
I do agree. That had to be brought up, but it's like, do you think there's any chance? Like, I don't personally, but do you think there's any chance Lesnar retains just for like to shock people?
Well, that's just the thing. Wade Keller, unless he's misinformed, has been saying for the past couple months, that WWE is close to signing Bobby Lashley.
See, from what I understand is he's already signed. They're just debuting him after WrestleMania.
Right, yeah, or that he's already signed. That they've already signed Bobby Lashley, and that it's going to be him versus Lesnar at SummerSlam because Lesnar's contract.
And Lesnar would drop it there?
Yeah, and Lesnar would drop it there to Bobby Lashley. Because Wade Keller, unless he's misinformed, thinks that Lesnar's contract expires after SummerSlam.
See, and there's also Lesnar got suspended when he failed that drug test and he retired. So from what I understand is he has to serve his suspension. And it would be a year from the time he announces, like if he announced he's going to return to UFC, it'd be a year before he could fight.
Right.
So he honestly might as well just stick around.
I mean, yeah, and I mean, Dana White has posted on Twitter that, Brock Lesnar will be returning to the UFC sometime in the foreseeable future.
Yes, but and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure his suspension's like a year, and it froze because of him retiring from UFC.
Right.
And I know, and a lot of people are sick of Brock Lesnar, and we'll get your thoughts on this. But what's your thoughts on like people that are part timers being champion?
Well, I mean, look at like back in the day and stuff. Back when, say, like Bruno Sammartino had the title or Bob Backlund had the title or something like that. I mean, were they really full timers?
I mean, they did the house shows, but they did have a lot of like TV back then.
Right.
I mean, they did the house show circuits and all that, but Lesnar doesn't really do that.
No.
I mean, a few, but I mean, a lot of people don't like Brock. Like, it's kind of like one of those things. Like I have no problem with part-time.
Like Vince said on that episode of Raw a few weeks ago. Does Brock Lesnar get special privileges? Yes, but he's earned those special privileges.
And he's right.
Yeah,
he has. But at the same time, It is.
I mean,
it does suck to not see the championship every week.
right. You know,
And I get people's frustration with that.
Yeah, I get people's frustration with that too. You know,
But it's like it's like when people complain when The Rock beat CM Punk. I was perfectly fine with that, mainly because The Rock's part of our childhood. I love The Rock.
Oh,
But
yeah.
at the same time, everyone knew the end game. He was going to drop the belt to Cena, and they weren't happy with that.
Right.
But on the same token, it's like Goldberg. Everyone complained Goldberg beat Kevin Owens last year. And I do know Jericho actually brought this up. The original plan was going to be Jericho versus Owens for the Universal title at WrestleMania last year.
Really?
Yeah, and then Jericho was supposed to win because he's never been a world champion as a babyface. He actually brought this up. I saw a YouTube clip of it.
Yeah.
He talked about how he was, and then at the next pay-per-view, which I think was Extreme Rules, he was going to drop it to Brock and then leave. Because Jericho has never been world champion as a babyface.
Yeah.
He brought that up that was the original plan. And then Goldberg ended up signing for more dates, and they changed their mind.
Yeah.
But that was, I guess Jericho said that was the original. They were going to do him and Owens for the Universal title, and Jericho would have beat him.
Right. Now, back to the match itself.
Okay.
All right. What do you think the finish is going to be?
There's like 40 Superman punches, 10 spears, and pins him. Actually, I could see WWE doing some crap like they did with the Cena match. I don't know if you watched that, Cena and Reigns.
Yeah.
I remember Cena did 4 attitude adjustments. Reigns kicked out all of them. Cena goes down with 1 spear.
I know.
Well, I think he did one earlier in the match. But he didn't pin him, but he did 1 spear.
Yeah.
And beat arguably one of the biggest stars in the history of wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
So it won't surprise me if Lesnar does like 5 F5s. He kicks out of all of them, and then Lesnar goes down with 1 spear.
Yeah.
Which I don't think Lesnar would go for that anyway, because Brock Lesnar, he's not the easiest dude in the world to work with, but
right,
rightfully so. But I mean, Roman's winning. I don't see any other way. Like I said, you were talking about the Bobby Lashley thing. That could happen. I just don't see it likely that Lesnar retains.
Right.
Even if even if we find out tonight, like he resigns, I don't see him winning.
Right.
So what do you think the finish will be?
But I think it's gonna be what you said.
So like Lesnar just kicks his ass and then Reigns ends up winning.
Yeah.
So we saved.
Although, I will say one thing. I don't know how you feel about it. Even though I don't like Roman Reigns, I thought their match at WrestleMania 31. They were given enough time.
It was kind of short. It was like 12, 13 minutes, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
it was good for what it was.
Yeah. It was good for what it was. Do I think that Roman would have won if Rollins wouldn't have cashed in? No.
I don't think he would have either, especially after Brock had re-signed at that point.
Yeah.
They announced it, and I don't think Vince, from what I understood at that point, got cold feet with Roman.
Yeah.
Which he should again. But also, do you think there's a chance that we get a Goldberg Brock Lesnar from WrestleMania 20? And the reason I say that is because it could be Brock's last match. What if he just doesn't care and just tanks it?
Maybe.
You run the risk, and that's my issue with this main eventing. First of all, Reigns wins. He's going to get booed out of the building.
Right.
And I don't think they're booing Lesnar. I mean, they could boo both of them. Who knows?
Yeah. But I mean,
Brock's track record.
The Rock couldn't save Roman Reigns from getting booed out of the building at the Royal Rumble.
And then John Cena ended his career on the mic, but we won't get into that. The thing is Brock has that tendency. He only tries, I've noticed, when he's in there with someone he feels is worthy.
Right.
Like what he worked with Cena. Those were good matches, except for the one at SummerSlam. That was actually really bad. Cena looked like a bitch.
The matches with Taker were good.
Well, not the WrestleMania match.
No.
That's the Hell in a Cell and the SummerSlam match.
I didn't hear the bell ring in that match.
I don't really. I mean, I'm over it now, so I'll deal with it.
Well, yeah. I mean, honestly, I would rather that than Roman Reigns.
Did you see his match with AJ at Survivor Series?
Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
It's actually really good. There was a spot where, I remember talking to you about this on Facebook. Lesnar got put in the calf crusher.
Oh wow.
And like after the match, he's like limping, like basically like hopping away.
Yeah,
And
you were
Lesnar
telling
was
me.
selling it, and they
Yeah.
thought backstage when he walked backstage he was hurt, and he was just selling
Yeah.
the calf crusher.
Yeah.
And that's what they all give Brock. He is a great seller.
Oh yeah.
He really is. But it's like, I mean, I think Brock though is at a different stage in his life where I don't think he'll tank the match.
Right.
I mean, he could, and that's why I don't think this should main event.
Exactly.
Now, do you want to add anything else?
No.
Okay, so
well, I mean,
you gotta go, bud. We're talking.
Yeah.
We're recording something.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I can edit that out. But no, I think Brock Lesnar's going to take Roman to Suplex City regardless.
Well, of course. I mean,
Uh,
Brock, and also another thing do you think Roman does win straight up? Because I mean, think of it this way: when was the last time Lesnar lost a match straight up? He didn't even lose to the Undertaker straight. Undertaker had a nut tap him,
yeah,
and then he tapped out, and then Undertaker
maybe Cena.
Extreme Cena hit him with the chain.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was Extreme Rules, so I guess it was kind of a clean finish. That was like his first match.
Yeah.
Well, didn't Hunter beat him?
Maybe.
I know they had a couple matches, but
yeah,
it's been a while. And Lesnar's not like an easy dude to work with. I know that because I remember Dean Ambrose talked about how he had a bunch of ideas for their match they had a few years ago, and Lesnar wanted like none of it.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah. And I mean, Lesnar himself's no spring chicken.
Well, no, he's 40.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know if there's going to be. I could see there being a clean finish. I just don't know if Brock would agree to.
Right.
But then at the same time, if there's not a clean finish, the only way I could see it's Heyman screws over Lesnar.
Now, do you think that if Lesnar leaves, that will be the last, and it's the last we see of Lesnar? It'll also be the last we see of Paul Heyman.
I hope not, but I can see it.
Yeah.
I mean, they could find something for Heyman to do backstage, or.
I actually like Paul Heyman.
Why did you? I mean, his promos do get kind of monotonous and the same. Yeah. But
well, I mean, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have ever had ECW.
That's true. But no, I would like to see Paul Heyman stick around. I'm sure they could find something for him to do backstage or even on screen. I don't know. I could, from what I understand, is he's signed with Lesnar. So
yeah,
if Lesnar's gone, he's gone. So I gotta plug my computer in real quick. Yeah.
All right.
But so we saved the John Cena Undertaker thing for the end because we don't know what's going to happen with them.
Right, we don't. There's a lot of speculation as to what's going to happen with it.
Yes.
There's the possibility that we're gonna hear that motorcycle, and he's gonna ride the motorcycle down to the ring, come out as Big Evil or American Badass or whatever you want to refer to him as, or Biker Taker even, and he's gonna call John Cena out of the audience and say, "Hey, let's have our match right now," or maybe even next year. A lot of people are speculating that either way, Undertaker's going to come out and at the very least say, "Yes, I will have a match with you, but at a later date."
Yeah, I just don't see how they can do all this build up on television.
Right.
And not do a match. If they honestly just have it where like Undertaker just comes out and tombstone Cena and leaves, I'll be kind of mad.
Right.
I have no interest in I get it. Undertaker, Cena's been, and a lot of people, I know everyone hates John Cena. It's the cool thing to boo John, even though they're idiots, which I don't want to call people idiots. But
right.
The point is, John Cena's got to give him a lot of credit. He's carried this entire feud by himself.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and it's not an easy thing to just come out and start talking. And some of the stuff he says is hilarious.
Yeah.
Talking about like Undertaker posting workout videos on Instagram.
On his wife's Instagram.
Yeah, and then because they don't have Wi-Fi in hell, so I don't know how Undertaker's even using Instagram.
Yeah.
But then he's talking about how Undertaker left his balls at his house.
Yeah.
Really funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, John Cena deserves a lot of credit for this.
Yeah.
For making this feud
work. Oh yeah. Well, and him on the mic with this feud, as well as on the mic against Roman Reigns, bumped Cena up, in my eyes, bumped him up into the top 10, maybe even the top 5 of the greatest on the mic.
That Roman Reigns promo was a thing of beauty.
Oh yeah,
He ruined Roman Reigns' life.
and his career.
But the point is I just lost my train of thought. I just don't want there to just be like a segment.
Right.
I'm not. Now, there's also talk Undertaker, like you were saying earlier, maybe they have a match at a later date. Like Undertaker got hip surgery.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not ready to do a match.
Right.
So what? Maybe they could do like a thing with Cena and Rock, where they announce the match a year ahead of time for next year's WrestleMania.
Right.
And if they do that, a lot of people aren't going to like this either. But this is what I would do. If Undertaker come back, Royal Rumble time, he wins the WWE title. Cena beats him at WrestleMania, breaks the record. Undertaker goes on his way. I know a lot of people aren't going to like that because for some dumb reason people hate John Cena, which he shouldn't. I mean, nowadays it's more of a joke to do the John Cena sucks thing.
Right. Kind of like the "you suck" thing with Kurt Angle.
I mean, there was
and Kurt Angle actually embraces it. He'll be out there on the ramp.
John Cena just thinks it's funny. But the point is, like, there was a time I've never hated John Cena.
No.
There was a time where I was bored of John Cena.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm the same way.
But I'm not one of those people that don't like, oh, John Cena gets carried in every match. He can't wrestle. It's like people are dumb. Yeah. It's like they can't give the dude credit.
No.
And it just now I will laugh if this match is great. And then people still, I just want to say this. If this match is great, which I don't honestly think it will be because The Undertaker's old and John Cena's got one foot out the door. But the point is, if this is a great match, I never want to hear someone say John Cena can't wrestle again.
Right. Who do you think would carry the match?
Cena.
Oh, yeah.
Taker's, I mean, it was bad. Last year.
A washed-up veteran with a broken hip.
Well, just another thing. Cena contradicted himself when he was telling Undertaker he wasn't too old.
Yeah.
But the point of that is, this needs to be it. Yeah. It really does.
It really does.
I hate to say that because, we both grew up with the Undertaker. We both love the Undertaker.
Right.
But this needs to be it.
Now, do you agree with, because I told you earlier about what Chris Jericho said. He said that Cena doesn't need the win, but Undertaker does. Do you agree with that?
Yes and no.
Yes and no? Okay.
Part of me feels Undertaker's an old school guy.
Right.
He's one of those guys that would probably think, go out on your back.
Right.
Do I think Undertaker should win? Yes. John Cena does not need this win. But on the same token, John Cena is also going to be gone. He does his own thing now.
And he's done virtually everything else
in
the business. Except for beat the Undertaker.
He does not need this win. But the point is, John Cena's the same way. People say Cena buries people. He really doesn't.
Right.
I can't say he never has, but Cena's another guy that I could see letting Undertaker win.
Right.
So, if the match does happen, I just put a star here on my notes because it just says Undertaker versus John Cena with a star because we don't know what's going to happen. I did write no biker. I don't want to see that crap. I don't know what everyone's big fascination with biker Undertaker is. There's only 3 things Undertaker ever did as the biker that were great. 1, when he beat the crap out of Maven, threw his head through a popcorn machine. That was wonderful.
Yep. Then
when he tied Hulk Hogan to his motorcycle and dragged him backstage. And then when he owned the what chant and said, "Say what again if you sleep with your own sister." Other than that,
although you're forgetting the 4th moment.
What's that?
His ladder match against Jeff Hardy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when he beat up David Flair in the shower. I don't know if you ever seen that. That was funny.
I saw that too. Yeah.
David Flair's like, "What are you doing?" Undertaker's like, "I'm kicking your ass."
I think the greatest outside the ring moment. It wasn't exactly a match. It was just one wrestler beating the crap out of another wrestler. But I think the greatest out of the ring fighting moment was Austin and Booker in the supermarket.
That was I love that segment. But the stars do align for Biker Undertaker. Cena has made subtle digs, and especially on Raw when he said Undertaker's a dead man walking.
Yeah.
That's part of Undertaker's songs.
Yes.
Kid Rock's going into the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And Cena's kind of attacked Undertaker the man, not Undertaker the character.
Right.
He's attacked the man.
Right.
I don't want to see Biker Undertaker because I just. But if it happens, I won't crap on it because it's the Undertaker.
Right.
I'll say that. But
Right.
so now I've been talking for like 5 minutes. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, my thoughts are generally the same as yours. I myself would like to see a match, once again, because that's my childhood there.
Yes.
Undertaker.
And before you go on, this is a match that this is one of the last big money matches this company could do.
Right.
The streak is over, but I mean it's probably too late to do this match. But
Well,
the thing is like it needs to happen.
This is a match that could have happened 10 years ago.
Should have happened at WrestleMania 30.
Yeah, or it should have happened 5 years ago or 4 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
When the streak was intact is when this should have happened. But anyway, sorry, go ahead and
All right. But
continue with what you were gonna say.
yeah, no, I would like a match. I would like to see a match. I do agree with you on the fact that, yeah, Undertaker is old, can barely move and stuff. Cena would carry the match. I totally agree with that. And the thing about that is Cena's good enough to carry the match.
You don't tell people that, but he is.
Yeah.
I mean, people are going to be like, he's terrible. And he's really not.
No.
John Cena's had a lot of great matches.
Yeah, he has.
And he's even had great matches with people that suck.
Right.
Batista.
Oh, yeah.
Great Khali.
Yeah. There's a reason they call him Big Match John.
Yes. If you're ever going to put someone in a big match situation, The Undertaker and John Cena could save this show.
Oh, yeah.
Now, okay, so you can go ahead and...
I'm done. Go
so
ahead.
Now we got to figure out, how would you set up the match?
How would I set up the match?
So, okay, you'll laugh at this. This is what my dad thinks.
Okay.
That John Cena's just going to be sitting in the stands, sitting there. Undertaker comes walking up with Michelle McCool, got some popcorn, some beer.
And sits next to him?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like halfway through the show, they show like a video of Cena crapping on Undertaker.
Huh.
And all of a sudden, Undertaker starts beating the crap out of Cena. And then he throws him over the barricade and the match starts.
And Earl Hebner comes down to ref the match.
That'd actually be awesome. Yeah, my dad doesn't think it's going to happen. He thinks it's just going to be like this is all a joke.
Right.
But my thing is, if they wasted this much television time, and Undertaker was not going to do the match, why would they have done this?
Right. And that's what Chris Jericho said too. Was, if anyone would know, it would be Chris Jericho because of how long he's been in the business. He knows the inner workings of the business. He does. His exact words were, WWE doesn't waste time, with this kind of build-up for something to not happen.
Exactly.
I mean, the whole McMahon and the limousine blowing up, his death thing, and I'm putting death in air quotes thing, that was actually going to be something. Like, they were going to get Vince's real-life brother, a part of it, to come take control of the company, that type of thing. And end up having, say, like a match, like his son versus Shane or something for control of the company.
Mm-hmm.
But he who shall not be named,
Stevie Richards,
he who shall not be named, went and screwed that up doing the atrocious thing that he did.
Yes. But do you think there is? I mean, because we never know. Do you think there is a chance this is just a big swerve and Undertaker doesn't even show up? Like, do you think there's any chance of that at all?
Yeah, once again, it goes back to the never say never thing.
And another thing is, like, say it doesn't happen.
Right.
I'm not buying John Cena's not going to be in a match.
Right.
So, say this doesn't happen, what do you think John Cena does?
Braun Strowman's mystery partner.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, I don't see how they can not have... And I don't want a confrontation. Where nothing happens.
Right.
I mean, if they announce a match, like, next year, I'm fine with the confrontation.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't want to see Biker Undertaker, but I just think the stars aligned too much for that.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your thoughts on the whole Biker Undertaker versus regular?
I mean, personally, I never really had a problem with Biker Undertaker. And the reason being is that's when because I took a few years off from watching wrestling, being a wrestling fan and stuff like that when I was a kid.
Yeah, same here, but it was later on.
Yeah, but I took a few years off, and when I started getting back into it was when he was Biker Taker,
Mhm.
and he was Biker Taker for about what 4 years, something like that, 4 years, 5
4
years.
years too long, but yes.
Yeah, and that's when I like really started watching it again religiously, So I mean, I don't have as much of a problem with Biker Taker as say you do.
See, it's not even that I hate. I just I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's just like I get it. It was something different for Undertaker to
Right.
do, but I'm just not a big fan of it.
Right.
Like I was,
right,
it's
right.
not the Undertaker
Well, yeah,
I grew up with.
I get it, because I mean, there's like for me, there's some movies out there that I think they're great movies, but I don't like them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I totally get what you're saying.
and like I said, I'm not gonna if it's Biker, I'm not gonna crap on it.
Right.
I'm not gonna crap on the Undertaker.
Yeah.
I mean, even though, like I said, if this happens, this needs to be it.
Yeah.
But then you also got people saying that like they're trying to make Undertaker wrestle. Like, oh, let him retire. It's like pretty sure if Undertaker didn't want to do this, it wouldn't happen.
Right.
That's why I see people on social media like John Cena's dumb. He doesn't need the Undertaker to retire. I was like, when did Undertaker even say he retired?
Right.
But I'm holding out hope we get the Dead Man.
Yeah.
But
well, what if that's why Undertaker left his hat?
See,
and coat
people have been saying that like that retired the Dead Man Undertaker.
Well, what if he did that to signify the return of Biker Taker?
I can see it. I mean, it makes sense. Like I said, the stars align for Biker Undertaker.
Yes.
They really do.
Yes.
So, if the match happens, I think the Undertaker should win.
Right.
Now, there's something that they should do at the end of the match because it would make this whole thing come full circle.
Yeah.
John Cena's first night in WWE, backstage, the Undertaker shook his hand.
Yeah. And it was Biker Taker.
Yes. The end of this match, Cena needs to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Comes full circle. He embraces. He leaves the ring. Lets Undertaker have his moment.
Yeah.
And then you can, like,
yeah.
See, and that's the thing is like if this match doesn't go on last, I don't know where you would put this because if it goes like in the middle of the show and Undertaker retires, it's like,
I mean, people are just gonna walk out right then and there.
I mean, last year, and it's like I'm saying, last year I did think he was done. I really did.
Oh yeah.
And it was sad, like because it's the ending. Undertaker's always been there.
Yeah.
And it's, but.
Well, and Triple H and Stephanie were recently on Stephen A. Smith, his show and stuff. Yeah, and Stephen A. asked them, I want you guys as fans to tell me in your eyes, who probably the biggest WWE superstar is. And Stephanie, of course, she said Andre. And Triple H was saying everywhere I go, every continent, India, Pakistan, Iran, Asia, China, Australia, anything like that. There's one name that all the wrestling fans tell to me, and I can agree with it, and that's Undertaker.
Yeah, I mean, he's my second favorite wrestler of all time besides Stone Cold. So if someone said Undertaker's the best wrestler ever, I'm not going to argue with him.
Right. Yeah.
And just his track record and his body of work and.
Oh yeah.
I mean. Now,
the streak alone, even though it's been broken, but the streak alone speaks volumes.
And this isn't a knock because I like Shawn Michaels. People say Shawn Michaels is Mr. WrestleMania. It's the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, Shawn Michaels is my favorite wrestler of all time. But
before we wrap this up, this is for the match itself. I don't have high expectations after what I seen last year. John Cena's older. Undertaker's really old.
Yeah.
It could. I'm not going to say it. I know, like I said, I'm not going to crap on this because it's the Undertaker.
Yeah.
But I'm not expecting this to be good.
Right. All right. Well, so that's our review of WrestleMania. But before we completely wrap up.
Yeah. What's that?
I just want to say one thing, and that's thank you for listening. And we hope you guys enjoy WrestleMania. And yeah, that's that. Thank you.